Hi, everybody. Recruiting Animal here on December 3rd, 2025. And we've got the great Thomas Pistachio Elascio in his fantastic new
Howdy.
jacket, his furry jacket, okay, or fuzzy jacket, Sherpa jacket.
A
I
Sherpa
think it
jacket.
looks great. Yeah, I read the New York Times, everybody. Hate me if you like, okay? And the question is, can a candidate wear a puffer jacket to an interview? I always read their grooming stuff. Now, you wait, Tom, I'll set it up, okay?
Okay.
Can puffer jackets ever look professional? I'm worried, this guy named Daniel, I'm worried that my puffer jacket is going to make me look like a kid, okay? Now, I can read the comments because the Vanessa Friedman or whatever her name is, the fashion journalist, she went and interviewed some people. And this one guy said, bright colors tell people that you're a frustrated downhill racer and activity is your priority. Okay. So that's what it brings to mind, snowboarders. Okay. This other guy said, the classic nylon styles of puffer jacket look more appropriate for doing errands or hiking. Okay.
You could get away with wearing that jacket if you were in New York City in January during the snow. Yes, you can wear that puffer jacket. No one's and you take it off when you get there, you hang it up, and then you go on your interview, right? But if you don't need a warm jacket like that, I wouldn't suggest wearing it.
Well, you wouldn't wear it unless you needed it. Come on, we're not going to wear it in
Like
summer.
I have lots of different jackets, right? So I have a lightweight ski jacket. I got a heavyweight ski jacket. I don't have a puffer jacket, but I have a heavyweight ski jacket. I got a long, not a trench coat, but a wool overcoat that goes to past my knee, right? I do have a trench coat, for the rain, right? So if you can, I wear my long overcoat. But if it was, bitter cold, yeah, you can wear your puffer jacket.
Okay. And you wouldn't have to worry about getting a special kind of puffer jacket that looked more professional. Apparently, there's cashmere.
And again, are we talking about you're interviewing for the VP of sales at Goldman Sachs, or are you interviewing for a sales rep at Best Buy?
Okay. Personally, I like the way puffer jackets look, as long as they're not dirty and beat up. I mean, I don't see any problem at all. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, they're fine, right? I mean, they're not busy. You wouldn't see a stockbroker wearing a puffer jacket coming out of his office on Wall Street.
Why not?
Okay?
Why not?
Wouldn't. I mean, because they would be wearing a very nice.
Don't look professional. That's
they look professional, and they'd be wearing a very nice, expensive wool overcoat.
Okay, it's a fair question, then, isn't it?
Yeah. There's nothing wrong with asking that question. As a candidate, that's definitely something you should. Hey, what do you think? And I would say to him, hey, if it's really cold, wear it. But when you get there, as you're walking in, take it off and have it in your arm.
And you also said if it's a senior position, don't wear it. If it's
yes, probably don't wear it. But if it's bitter cold,
if you're in northern Minnesota,
northern Minnesota in January, it's -4 degrees. Wear whatever. You can wear a goddamn parka. No one's going to say a word.
Okay. Now here's the next one. Nurturing your accounts. Do you know what that means? Nurturing your accounts?
I'm assuming like follow up and making sure that you're in front of them. So it's an old Finkel thing where if they hire 3 people a year from Recruiter, you call them every 2 months. If they hire 1 person from Recruiter, you call them every 6 months. If they hire Recruiter all the time, you call them every month, right? You want to stay in front of them, following up, and just being, kind of walking that line between a pest and persistence.
Okay. But these days, it might mean more than Finkel meant 30 years ago in the 90s, okay? It might mean posting on LinkedIn on a regular basis or in some other places.
I think that's important too, but I don't think that's not specifically nurturing your clients. That's driving the algorithm and making yourself not available, but making yourself visible. Right, making yourself
famous. Someone else said, you make yourself famous. You're making yourself famous.
Correct. Yeah, but that's not nurturing your clients, right? Nurturing your clients is a whole nother.
Okay. Well, look, it's unfortunate. Richie Rich is so rich that he's in Tahiti or something, posting pictures on Facebook of him and his family on the beach. But I got this from him. Rich says, I'm nurturing my accounts means I'm hiding from rejection like a raccoon under a porch. Okay. He says, killers don't nurture their clients. They organize events. They get on the phone and pester people until someone actually gets back to them or
Isn't that
answers.
nurturing? Like, I guess maybe I don't know what the definition of nurturing is. I think it's, to me, yes, I think it's very, very important that you are constantly on the phone, calling your clients, being a pest, making sure they know you're there at every given time, because it's always a timing thing, right? You could have a great relationship with a client that maybe hires a person every once in a while, and you don't follow up with them, and then some recruiter, right, Rich Rosen, calls them and gives them has a great candidate, and they're like, well, I don't have a need for that, but I do need this, and hey, can you help me? And they totally forgot about me, right? That can happen. That's why you have to be persistent. You have to be in front of your clients all the time.
Well, when you say nurturing them and checking in, what do? Do you call in again and talk about the university college team, or do you just say, hi, I'm a headhunter, remember
Depends
me?
on the client. Depends on the client, right? I always want to have value. If it's a new client or someone,
what kind of value?
A candidate, right? Hey, Animal, we talked 3 months ago. You told me that one of the hardest positions for you to fill is a bottle washer. We just got a great bottle washer out of Chicago. I don't know if you have an open or not.
Okay,
Wanted to see
so you're doing the market. You call when you have a candidate.
No, but again, that's an example of value. The other one could be, hey, Animal, it's Tom Alascio. We haven't spoken in a while, man. Hey, did you see that really crazy article on shutting down all the bottle washing facilities in Chicago? How is that guy's going to affect you? I wanted to see if you needed our help with that. We can probably get some good candidates before anybody grabs them, right? Like you're providing value in terms of information, whether it's a growth company, whether it's
okay. Hold on a second. So you're giving a context there for asking, I want your business. Okay, you're not just calling up and saying, remember me. Do you have anything for me?
You might want to do that too if you don't have anything, but a client that you have a good relationship with, right? You hit it off. You fill 2 positions with them, but you just
why do you have to have a good relationship? But why can't you just be business? Hey, remember me? I'm a headhunter.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You can do that too, right? But if you don't have anything, you can do that. I would prefer to have something of value to start the conversation. It could even be congratulating him on his kid graduating from college.
Okay, well, hold on a second. Do you go looking for stuff when you want to call somebody? How much time do you spend looking for?
I don't spend enough time doing any of the stuff we're talking about. I can talk a very good game. I don't do it enough. I'm very bad at it.
Well, that's what Rich is saying. Don't waste time looking for those things.
Yeah, but
just get on that phone, okay? And I'm gonna follow up. He's not finished there. He says, I remember he said killers organize events. Now, he didn't say what that meant, okay? Well, let's come back to that. He says, I know what I think I'll say. He says, sales is about dragging it in, okay? Let's see, it's Alan Fleur.
Sales is about dragging it in. You and Alan talk for a second. I got to let the dog out, okay? I'll be right back.
Okay, yeah. Sales, Alan, is about dragging it in, bloody and screaming because you hunted it down. It's not nurturing your accounts, okay? That's for chickens. Do you like that?
I like it. It's cute. Was it Tommy's before he stepped away?
No, it's Rich's. But Rich isn't here to explain what it means. Sales is about dragging it in, bloody and screaming because you hunted it down. He says, killers, they don't nurture their clients. They organize events. They get on the phone and call someone until he answers just to get rid of them. Okay. And then there was the line I gave you. He says, you want more deals? Stop acting like you're allergic to the dial tone. No one ever hit quota by color coding their to-do list. Okay. Finding this busy work and claiming that it's going to help your, effectiveness and stuff like that. That's no good. You get on the phone and harass people. That's what a real killer recruiter does. Would you agree?
Yeah, I think there's a lot there. Yeah.
You like that extreme language?
Yeah. I do.
What does nurture mean to you? I'm not clear.
Okay, so a billion years ago when I did perm and contract Animal and I had my company, I had, say, Animal and Tommy that were software developers. I went and took them their checks every other week. I took them out to lunch every other week. While I was there, I went and saw the Big Four partner and the managers and said, hey, hi, I just had lunch with Animal and Tommy, blah, blah, blah. Every other week they saw me. There was a familiar, and so that was nurturing. Well, I also always was asking questions. What's your current project with? How's it going? What's the big challenge? What have you guys learned? What have you guys solved problems on? They love talking about that. So let them. And I got to learn a bunch of what they did.
Okay, here's another one from Richie Rich. Okay,
Uh-huh.
he says recruiters they get into the weeds too much when they're talking to clients. They say, look, let me tell you how I source, and they try to explain Boolean strings to them. Okay, and
No.
Rich says, don't do it. He says a smart person should imagine that she's explaining something to her grandmother. Okay, but I'll finish what he says. But our grandmother's so stupid. Why do people pick on them? In the commercials, they're always saying, oh, Granny knows what healthy food is, and they open a can of vegetable soup from, Campbell's or somebody, Granny knows. She knows all about good food, but you can't explain anything else to her except if you talk to her like a simpleton. Why do they pick on grandmothers? Do you know before I go on?
No, I don't. Go on to the next one, Animal. I don't know. It's an easy target.
Okay, he says not everybody wants he said everybody wants the short form, the short story. They don't want tons of details.
But he's right. And also let's do this. They don't want to know how the sausage is made. Even if they say they do, they don't. And because all they want to know is you bring them good people and you understand what they need. And beyond that, they like it. They're not going to mind, but they don't care. They got too much stuff going on.
Okay. Ewan, who used to be a regular on this show, he says this is how he does his sales work, his pitches to people he wants to make clients. He explains exactly what he does and tells them how they could do it, and they don't want to do it after he gives them the details. It's so awful. And I think Maureen used to do that as well. Once they find out, everybody thinks they're a recruiter and a sourcer. Once they find out what's involved, they say, I don't want to. Do you think that's true? Is that a good pitch? Say, I don't have an answer. Okay,
I don't have one. I don't care.
I already told Alan. Now for Rich and Tommy, you're doing MPC marketing. You've got good candidates. You're calling up hiring managers and making a presentation. Okay. You get one hiring manager on the phone and she says, I like the sounds of that candidate. I'd like to see her. Okay. And you're excited. And then the hiring manager says, but I got to tell you, I've got an exclusive with another recruiter. What do? You've got one by a fish on the hook. You don't want to go in there. That's radioactive, okay? You want to say, look.
Alan, you know this all too well. These exclusives that companies give us, they're not in writing. They're not enforceable.
And they're worth the paper they're printed on, if that.
How can you be sure you're going to get paid? Because there's going to be problems, okay?
Well, you have a contract. You get your contract signed. You have a contract.
Yeah. You want to go to court to collect? I mean, really, Rich?
Well, I mean, listen. You have a contract. You're gonna, if that's the case, if someone signs a contract, knowing they've already violated another contract, then that's unfair and deceptive business practices if they're not going to pay you.
Yeah.
Which your $50,000 fee is now $150,000 fee plus court fees.
My solution to that is quite simple. Listen, hiring manager, I'd love to send this candidate out. Please speak to your other recruiter and I'll go 50-50 with them.
Why would you do that?
No.
Dude, that's the most Canadian response ever.
No.
Oh my God, we don't want to fight.
Okay, let me welcome Sasha Tasanovich, the woman in the dunes. It's very dark where she is. Okay.
I was laughing so much the other day when you posted I believe it was either from X or I'm not sure where, like, hey guys, what's up with using like fake backgrounds? It's giving the vibe that.
Oh yeah, we already discussed that.
Okay, yeah. It's funny, so funny.
It looks poor. Okay, so okay, let's go back to we were bashing the hell out of Rich before he got here. Okay.
Yeah, exactly that one. Yeah.
But we couldn't figure out some of what he said.
That guy's an idiot.
Yeah, totally.
Rich says, okay, well, first of all, puffer jackets. That's what we discussed, me and Tommy. Is in the New York Times, there was
Tommy's wearing a fur coat over there. What's he doing? I mean,
well, that's how he said it's not bad. In the New York Times, a young guy was worried that he wants to wear a puffer jacket to an interview. He's afraid it might not look professional. Tommy said it's okay to wear a puffer jacket. He says, look at what I'm wearing, okay? Anybody
That's
else?
not what I said. I said something like that, but not exactly.
Anybody else got a comment? Puffer jackets, anybody? No? I'll
Yeah,
move
why,
on.
why would you wear one to an interview anyway? You would get to the interview when you would take your jacket off.
Yeah, but they're going to see you come in your jacket.
Who cares?
And I said
mean,
if it's a snowstorm or something, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that, right?
exactly. It's not like you're in Arizona. I mean,
And if you're interviewing at Best Buy, not an issue at all. If you're vice president for Goldman Sachs on Wall Street, probably leave the puffer jacket at home unless there's a snowstorm.
exactly.
Okay. Back to Rich. Okay. Rich says, I'm nurturing my accounts means I'm hiding from rejection like a raccoon under a porch. What does nurturing my accounts mean?
Was
Rich?
this one of my? I didn't. Where are you pulling this from?
I
LinkedIn?
got it from LinkedIn. You posted it
I
there.
don't even know. I didn't see that one.
Yeah, like it came from him.
I usually
Here's
read.
what Rich said. Let me get through it. Here's what Rich said. Okay. Killers don't nurture their accounts. They call until somebody answers just to get rid of them. Okay. They get on the phone. And he says, sales is not about nurturing your accounts. It's about dragging them in bloody and screaming because you hunted it down. Okay.
I don't believe that's what it said.
That's what it said. You go
Is it really?
look.
Well, we're gonna go check it out now.
Exactly what it said.
The
okay? And you
this
said,
thing.
you finished it off like this, Rich. You want more deals? Stop acting like you're allergic to the dial tone. No one ever hit quota by color coding his to-do list. Okay, that's
Love
what
it.
you said.
That is good stuff. That is good stuff.
Yeah.
Rich
Yeah.
Rosen is going, God, I love that guy. Who is it?
I know. I got to start following him.
Okay, Tommy, do you agree with Rich? Call them till they bleed, right?
Again, you know what? But this is the thing. He
Call until they bleed or you die.
Alan is proving Rich's other point. He said,
No. It's
don't
a
go
pattern.
into the details. If you're trying to explain something to someone, pretend you're talking to your old
Ooh,
grandma.
That's right, the
okay?
old grandma.
Talk to your- Yeah, Rich hates grandmothers, okay? He thinks they're stupid, okay? He does. Okay? Don't try to
some of these
explain it.
questions.
I
Okay?
mean,
You're
really.
talking to an old lady, okay? That's Rich. That's how Rich thinks, okay? But Rich also says everybody
animal.
wants it.
I
Rich
gotta
says
tell you,
everybody.
I should have. I understand everything to Animal to edit for me because I need to get this frozen mind spin of how this is interpreted. You have this crazy interpretation, which I do endear and love sometimes.
Okay, well, okay. What about this? This guy said this is a loser's.
Wait, Animal, I hope you're liking these as you're reading them online, so I get the.
I
the impression.
repost them, Rich, with my own thoughts. Okay.
Even better. I love it. Thank you.
Yeah. And you know what? Those are the only ones I get some clicks on. Okay. Usually I don't get anything. Okay. But okay. This guy says this is the loser's sales pitch, and he's got a few one-liners. Number one, we are niche. We've got a niche. He said that is bad. I don't know why it's bad. Okay. Anybody else want to comment? We got a niche. He says everybody says that. Here's the number one. Oh, this is Tommy's favorite. We've got X number of years of experience. That stinks, this guy. You're a loser. Okay. Okay. And his final one, he says, our database has blank number of candidates on it. He says, those are not differentiators. Does anyone agree with him?
I do.
Well, then why do you use that? I've got 27 years of experience in steel structures. Isn't that what you say?
Yes,
Tommy,
I agree with the third one. What was the first one?
the first one was we got a niche. We're a niche player.
I mean, how are you presenting that? Because I think when you say I've been working for 28 years in steel structures and have worked with all the major, XYZ companies and PDQ companies, that's an absolute feature and benefit. There's nobody that knows my industry like I do, or there's nobody who knows SaaS software like Rich
Would you
Rosen
actually
does.
say after that, would you say, look, there's nobody who knows my industry, this industry like me? Would you actually say
100% dude. 100%.
Yeah.
I'm an arrogant fuck. Absolutely.
Good for you.
There's not a better recruiter out there in this industry than me. Not a single one. I'm not the greatest recruiter in the world, but I'm the best recruiter in my industry.
Doesn't he? Does Rich say the same thing?
Yeah. You know, I mean, I will say it often. It depends. Like I was on a call yesterday for an hour, a fucking hour, going over a contract with legal, the VP of sales, and the head of HR. And I said the same thing. I'm like, guys, what are we doing? I'm like, I'm like, I've done 1,200 of these freaking placements. There is no one you're going to find better than me. You're going to find cheaper and you're going to find more expensive. You know, but you're not going to find anyone better
Why
than
would
me.
you let someone waste an hour of your
Oh,
time?
I didn't know it was going to go an hour, but it was.
Isn't that a red flag? Isn't that a red flag? Walk away.
Yeah, it could be, but the VP of sales is the guy I've placed and I've done a ton of business with, and I want to help him out. And it's a good opportunity. I mean, it's I literally just, we're going to get 2 deals done, you know, on engagement, and they want to hire by like beginning of January.
You see how Rich thinks? I'm doing them a favor. He's a nice guy. I want to.
Damn right, baby. I am doing them a favor.
Yeah.
Listen, my time's valuable. I'm doing them a favor. I'm doing, you know, this is how you have to think. There was a guy that posted on LinkedIn, Facebook about like getting paid over like 6 months or something like that. That one. I don't know if you saw that post.
Nope.
No, well,
Yeah, I
you missed
saw
that.
it. And that was idiotic. Like, you know, yeah.
Oh, they wanted to graduate it over 6 months, the payment?
Yeah, the dental, and it was a dentist guy, and he was placing dentists or whatever. And he's telling me the dentist, they couldn't afford to pay his $30,000 fee. You know, so they wanted to pay him over 6
So
months.
what was your answer?
Fuck no. You know,
So
Number
what do you
one.
want you to do? Walk away from that client?
I mean, I wouldn't do a 6-month payout plan. No way.
What would you do? Why do I have to wrestle you to the ground? You know, he says these guys talk to him for an hour, and I have to listen to him for getting into the weeds for an hour as well. Just and you said, tell me I'm your booby. Come on, okay?
Exactly.
Well, you know, and Animal, can you ask? I mean, you are really being biased here. You are not asking or addressing Sasha one bit, and you're from Canada.
I was coming around to it, but
Okay,
you know,
I mean, I'm feeling she should be very hurt
nervous.
right
Okay,
now.
I was thinking, but these guys were going on so long about these the dentist. Okay, but here's the thing. Okay, but
Yeah.
Sasha knows how we work because she wants to butt in. I've seen her do it before. But Sasha, go ahead. Alan's worried about you, and I appreciate that. Do you have something you want to talk about? Do you have a question for the gurus here? Anything?
Alan, I do appreciate that. Thank you. So yeah,
Not that I think you needed it.
Well, I've been following the topic, and I'm still not out on my own, which I'm planning to, and talking longer that I should. But from what I understood, listening to all of you guys, is that one should definitely focus on having a niche, like being the best in the niche.
Oh, you got to have a niche. You got to
Yeah.
be focused. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
and making sure that like networking within the same niche, because again, I go back into some of the conversations we had and meetings that we had earlier, is like you have to constantly pop up to people's inboxes or as a reminder. So when they're in need of filling a certain position, like your name is the first name that pops up to their mind.
Boy, we got a full house today. It's like the old days. It must be post-Thanksgiving enthusiasm, but there's no American Thanksgiving in Serbia. So
Sasha,
that's
what
not
are
lucky. Okay,
what are
you
you
got to,
thinking
you
about?
know, Sasha. Before you came, we did discuss nurturing. Okay, you got to, and Tommy said it best. You call the people up every month and say, "Hi, it's me, Tommy. You got anything for me?" Or if you see an event, something industry related in their town or something, you call them up and you say, "Hey, I read this in the paper. Are you going to need some people? Because I'd love to help you," or something like that. Tom, did I represent you properly?
Like
Well, let me wake up. I didn't hear a word you said.
follow up is one of the recruiters' worst things that they do, right? And if you follow, like I said, the Finkel thing, there's a formula. They hire people every 2 months from a recruiter. You call them X amount of time. If they hire 5 people from a recruiter a year, you call them X amount of time. And then your new clients that you've gotten, that you've made placements with, you have to be in front of them all the time. And it can't just mean LinkedIn. It's got to be on the phone, calling them with value, or just, you know, I hate to say just to check in, but if they have value.
Animal, hold on a
At the
second. I have a
very
question.
least, hang on. At the very least, you got to just be setting drip campaigns out like once a quarter at the minimum. Just an email that says, "Hey, just hey, wanted to just say hi, or I got this article, or just send it if you know your client well enough."
At that minimum, Rich, at fucking minimum.
Yeah. Totally.
Right? Like, and Finkel talks about something that's really good is that we don't get paid to find people. We get paid to get candidates to accept offers. That's a really good thing, right?
Yeah.
So he talks about different ways to get your candidate to accept offers and covering every single thing that could go wrong, closing them on every little thing. So when you get that offer, and I talk about this all the time, the offer, you don't go to a church to see if there's going to be a wedding, right? That deal's already been struck. So it comes with the offer.
You go for the bridesmaids. You're right.
You should be talking about that offer, what the offer is going to be. Are they going to accept all the way through the process? And Finkel gives some tips on how to do that differently than I do it. And I'm sure it's good. I just haven't been able to get through it.
Thank you. Okay. The more your LinkedIn DMs, direct messages, read like text messages, the more responses you'll get.
The text message thing, what he was talking about for the LinkedIn messaging, right? I do that, right? I don't even send LinkedIn messages. I send connection requests with a little short blurb. I think it's very important. It gets to the point. You're not fluff, none of this bullshit. It's just here. This is why I'm texting you. And I think it's great. I do that all the time.
Okay. Here's something else, though, that we talked about before most of you were here. Okay. This woman posted on Twitter, on X, that what did she say? She said fake backgrounds on video calls are low class. Now, you take a look at Rich, okay? He's a big biller, okay? What do you think about his background, okay?
You mean fake Rich Rosen?
Okay,
My
now
this is the guy.
Wow.
This guy
Okay.
pissed me off to no, or her, whatever her name is, pissed me off to no avail. And there's the stupidest thing a person
a
could
guy
say.
named Daniel, okay, or supposedly named Daniel. Okay.
Stupidest thing.
Okay, but I think that take a look at Rich. He's a big biller. Doesn't that disprove?
You can tell by the way he dresses.
Exactly. This is my finest butcher. What are you talking about?
Yeah. Okay, but this one guy on Facebook, he said, "I never turn on my camera. That's why I never turn." Can you get away with that? Never turning on your camera?
I don't know. If you're not turning on your camera, something's always a little suspect with the candidate.
That's what I think. It makes you seem worse. Okay.
Yeah. Every time I have a candidate that doesn't turn his camera on, I always ask them, like, what's the deal? And they just sit there and kind of freeze. And they're like, "Oh, I'm in the car." And I'm like, "Well, where you going?" And then, it just goes downhill from there, quite frankly.
Really? Okay.
It really does. I mean, if you're in this day and age, who the fuck doesn't have a camera? You got a phone, number one. It's got a camera on it. You can be on camera if you want to be. There's something odd if you don't want to be on camera. No, I mean, I don't like being on camera, but you just do it because it's just life now. So,
I was talking to a guy the other day, and he says, I said, "Well," he goes, "Are we going to turn on the camera?" I go, "Yeah, turn it on." He goes, "Wait, let me put on a shirt."
Yeah.
Well, I told you the one where the guy's wife came by without any shirt on. Okay, remember that one?
Nice.
Okay.
Hired. I mean, really.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
But I think that goes back to mindset and identity. Like, even though I'm working from home, I never worked in like leggings or in a pajamas or something, some sort of attire that I wouldn't wear in the office. So I always tend to look like presentable, especially when having like high-end meetings. I want to feel confident as well. Not
I
just
don't know. I hear these people always say, "Oh yeah, wear a suit and tie when for your Zoom meetings."
Who wears a suit
Why?
and tie anymore? Who wears a suit and
I wear my best t-shirt.
particularly wear a suit
There
and
you
tie.
go. Ernie wears
Like
his
business
best-
professional, there are business casual clothing that can
Okay.
still meet.
I always tell my candidates to dress comparable, one step up from how my clients dress. So like my one client, they all wear polo shirts and khakis to work, right? The big company, right? I tell the guys to wear khakis, a button-down shirt, no tie, and maybe a sport coat if you want, like business casual, right? And that's and then if they go back for their second, the company will usually tell him not to wear a jacket because he's going to get a tour of the facility. Tell him, make sure he wears hard-soled shoes, and we'll give him PPE.
Okay, good. Okay, hold on. I want to get this up. You know, we talked about the direct messages, making them short and sweet, like text messages. But you know, for a while, everybody was pushing video. Okay, and so you have to ask: do people really want video pitches in their LinkedIn direct messages? And some people said they're okay as long as they're no more than 30 seconds. Lots of people said, I can't stand them. I just tell people, write it out.
That's your point right there, Animal. There's no perfect answer. No, everyone's different. Everyone's going to respond different. You got to try all different things till you hit them.
You
And
try
it
to.
depends, and it depends when they receive it. It depends on what's happening in their life at that particular moment. My boss just telling me, I don't want to hear this shit. You know, getting fired 10 minutes.
Yeah, I mean that's it. So it's not. It's
take on it, Rich. Are you still sending video DMs?
Yeah, I mean if I have them, I'll send a video. I'll send a voice message. You know, with vocal.
To people you've never spoken to before.
Yeah, you have no idea what's going to make them respond. Some people are better to text. Some people are better on LinkedIn. Some people are better email. Some people, you know, they're not responding till you get the fourth or fifth message.
Okay.
You know.
Okay. So Rich says, "Hi, it's Rich Rosen. I know it might look like I'm in my parents' basement here, but I'm not. I'm a really good recruiter in your niche. Okay, there's nobody better than me, and I don't have to dress up or
which is better.
It.
My background or having this crazy sky background that keeps going in and out of pixelation.
That's what I argued with Tom. She's got a point. You know, they're blurry. They're blurry.
I was a little slow on that one.
Okay. Does anyone else have an issue that before we're getting close to the end? Anybody got an issue? Anybody got an issue? Going once, going twice. Okay. Okay. I'm moving on. Okay. Okay. Hold on a sec. Every hire should generate 5 times their salary in revenue. Okay. 5 times their salary in revenue. Can anybody do that for somebody came up with a solution? How do you do it for someone who's not in sales? First of all, I think it's ridiculous. Does anyone agree with that? It's stupid. I think it's stupid.
I mean, it's a dumb blanket statement, but I mean, if you're, at the end of the day, if you're not providing value, then your job's not that necessary.
Okay, well, here's one guy justified it. He said, look, if the janitor's earning $50,000 instead of hiring a contract janitorial service for $100,000, then he's saving you $50,000 right there. Okay, that's nonsense.
No, it's not, because if the guy's doing a good job and make sure there's no water on the floor so no one falls and sues the company, he saved you a ton of money.
Okay, so how do you assess that money? Okay,
well, just like that, it's like, hey, I'm not an actuary, but it's like an actuarial table basically. Hey, this guy does X. If he didn't do that and water leaked or the driveway froze over, the parking lot froze over, and someone slips and sues us, what's that going to cost us?
So let me ask you this: in a resume, how important are accomplishments that show that they save time, save money, or increase profit?
Very.
And if they
don't, a janitor?
No. But if they don't have it in their resume and it's just a regurgitation of a job description, you tell them to do that, and they say, "I can't. I don't know how to. I can't do that. It's kind of my job doesn't allow me to see the numbers." What do you tell them?
That's a good question. What do you tell them?
You tell them it was a stupid issue to begin with, okay? Not everything is reducible to numbers. Not everything's reducible to numbers.
Everything is reducible to numbers. You have to think about it.
Einstein here, okay? Yeah.
Listen, now with the invention of ChatGPT, everything is reducible to numbers. I'm sure if you put it in the chat and
I'm
say,
going to come back to you next week, okay? You better figure out you talk to your ChatGPT or your Claude and come to cut. Okay, I got a question I want to ask, but I'm going to do the ads. Did you say you're leaving?
I'm going to do it right now. I'm going to do this right now.
Okay, you do. Rich has a show. Okay, not a show.
We're going to do a special. Hey, hang on. This is a good time for those who want to sign up for, I think it was a minimum of 3 months for next year, can join for December, get December for free. So bonus couple of classes.
Really? Okay. He's got a class every Thursday morning, 8:45 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and he teaches it with Trish. It's a small group of recruiters, strictly confidential. You have to, cut your hand and swear in blood that it's just between you and the other recruiters on the call. And you can ask Rich anything. You can see here, I always say from the show, he puts up with any question and any accusation as well, okay? But he doesn't like grandmas. That's one thing you have to
But
take.
don't ask him about dress code.
But he does open the cologne.
Rich,
Coming from Ernie.
accept me on LinkedIn. You haven't accepted me on LinkedIn. I have a referral for you.
Trust me, if I could find trying to find. I just had to accept my kid actually the other day. I had to delete people.
Okay, he's got too many
I am
people.
working on deleting. You're at the top of my list.
Thank you. I have a
Gosh,
referral for you. I want to connect you through LinkedIn.
Say again.
Okay.
I have a referral for you.
Oh, I love that. But you can
That's
still
probably someone.
you can
Okay,
still connect referrals to me. That you don't need to be connected for. I literally, I honestly thought I would absolutely connect you. I've got literally 1,600 invites waiting to be accepted.
This is Rich.
Yeah, he
It's
can't.
not you, honey. It's me. Okay.
He's
Yeah.
not. I've tried it 4 times. I can't get connected with the bastard.
Yeah, if you're not in sales, it's just tough because even now LinkedIn's got the stupid limit. It's so dumb.
Okay. 30,000 still, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, but look, if you want to go to Rich's class, now that he interrupted the ad I'm doing for him, okay? Yeah, go to Moore Essentials, Moore Essentials.com, or email him if you want to find out more, rich@cornerstonesearch.com, okay? It's bound to be fun. And Tommy has a lot of shows. Okay, he's got a Tuesday show, but his big show is a really big show is on Fridays at 12:30 p.m. therecruiterroundtable.com. Am I right about that?
That is correct. We have a new website, therecruiterroundtable.com, and we've canceled the Job in Cloud Loxo third Thursday and added that to the weekly Ask a Headhunter Live.
The weekly what? Escahanter?
Ask a Headhunter Live every
Ask a
Tuesdays.
He's got 3 different shows. Okay.
Two
Yeah.
shows, 2 now.
Okay, 2 shows. Okay. And okay, one more question then. Now that we've done that. Okay, this woman posted, high performers hate small talk. They want to get down to business and they're not okay with wasting your time. That's the exact opposite message that we've heard here year in and year out. Should we save it for next week or does anyone want to address it right now?
What was the question?
High performers hate small talk. It's just a waste of time. They don't want to waste your time. They just want to work. Everybody here says, no, you got to be buddies. You got to build rapport. They got to like you. You got to talk to them about what kind of food they like, what pizza restaurant is their favorite, what their kids' birthdays are. That's small talk, and that's going to make you money, okay?
I do the small talk for the first hour. And
First hour. Oh, God.
Okay,
Exactly.
everybody, I can see we've done the show.
Hang on, I'm
Thank you
building
very
my
much for
prompt.
coming.
I'm building my prompt to get your answer. Hang
Or
on.
should I hold on and wait for it? You
Yeah,
can
hold
tell
on
us
and
what
wait
you
for it.
think.
Let's see. Hold on and wait for it. Let's see.
It's okay. I got lots more questions. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
but
Fire away. Need one more minute.
everybody's exhausted already. Okay, they can't take anymore.
Listen, the value identification matrix, cost avoidance. Hang on, it's built in. It's going to be good. It is going to be good. Hang on, this thing is big. All right, let's see. Let's see if it's doing it right. This is good. It's built. I love this. Prompt Cowboy is like my favorite app. It like literally builds these massive
Oh my
prompts.
God. I improved some prompts recently with that. It's really
Oh,
good.
yeah,
It's called Prompt Cowboy.
Prompt Cowboy. You know, it is still running this thing. Holy crap! This thing is like it's like a 10-page prompt it built. Like the prompt actually, but the answer it's giving. The
Yeah.
World War.
You know what
real
it's
world.
going to give you back? It's going to give you a hallucination. You're driving
Yeah, pretty much.
the AI
It's-
crazy.
All right, I want to turn this into a simple worksheet. All right, make this for. Hang on, for a $50,000 salary janitor. Let's see. See if it does it this way. This is going to be exciting. Hang on.
Yeah, I'm real excited.
Because you can turn your lazy prompts into great ones.
And it does. It really does. Apparently, my prompt was too lazy. I was feeling rushed, so I didn't add all the improve your prompt stuff with it. So
Well, she's blaming me. That's a hint, okay?
Mhm.
A little
Let's see.
hit.
Yeah, this is going to take more time than it's worth. All right.
Bring it to me next week. We've had enough. The great Tommy Pistachio Elascio, thank you. Alan
Peace.
Fleur, thank you. Sasha Tasenovich, all the way from the other side of the world, thank you. One day they'll get light bulbs in Serbia, okay?
Wait a minute, wait, isn't she in
It's so cool.
Pennsylvania?
Yeah,
Richard
Some
No,
Rich
no, I'm not. I work for a
Rosen.
company in Pennsylvania.
yeah, it's some Vania.
Yeah,
It's,
she's not in Transylvania, okay? That's
And one-
Hungarian.
one day, Rich,
Pennsylvania.
and one day, Rich will friend you on LinkedIn.
I promise.
Yeah,
One day
guy.
she works in
that would be
Pennsylvania,
like
but
the
she's not.
dream
She's
come
located.
true.
One day,
Yeah.
one day. I promise. I promise.
And also the great Ernie Moreno. Thank you, Ernie.
Sasha.
Goodbye, everybody.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.